Friends, in this video, we are detailedly study about the basic multi-quadrant operation, that is torque speed characteristics, and the basic fundamental operation in concern with the AC drive. So let's begin. Basically, in this video, we are detailedly study about the basic multi-quadrant characteristics of your AC motor. So before we going to start that particular bit, first of all, we should know what are the different basic fundamental thing in concern with your multi-quadrant operation of your drive. So in concern with of our electrical drive that we had already studied about, there are different four quadrant of operation of your electrical drive. So when we are using a motor for a particular application, so that time we are using this multi-quadrant operation. So the name itself indicates it is a meaning, it is multi-quadrant, means more than one quadrant operation of your drive. So friends, while we are using for it for your motor, so as we know that motor is a device which will convert, that will be the basic electrical energy into mechanical energy, because while we are detailedly study about this concept, we should know some of the fundamental thing. So the motor is will be device which will convert the electrical energy is converted into a mechanical energy. So from motors, friends, we are getting the value of your mechanical energy. So this will be treated as a mechanical power. So what do you mean by the mechanical power? So mechanical power that we are getting, that will be the product of your torque into angular velocity, or we call it as the torque into speed. So we are getting very basic fundamental formula of your relationship of your angular velocity into speed, that is omega m is equal to 2 pi n by 60. So we can convert the value of the angular velocity into speed and speed into angular velocity from this equation, where n is called as speed in rpm, and omega m is called as angular velocity in terms of radian per second. So the unit of the speed is rpm, revolution per minute, and the unit of your angular velocity is radian per second. So friends, in the basic multi-quadrant operation, there are basically four quadrant of operation that we have studied. This will be the quadrant of your operation. So we are having, this will be the first quadrant, this will be the second quadrant, this will be the third quadrant, and this will be the fourth quadrant. So as we know that in a first quadrant, we are getting the value of your torque and speed, both are positive. So we are getting the forward motoring mode. If the value of your torque is negative, speed is positive, that is torque is negative, speed is positive, we are getting that is second quadrant, that is called as forward braking. If the value both are torque and speeds are negative, then it will be treated as a reverse motoring. Okay, and the last quadrant, when the torque is positive, the speed is negative, then it will be called as the reverse braking. Now we can understand this operation in concern with your AC motor. So we can understand this will be the quadrant of operation of your drive. So friend, this will be the first quadrant, which will be called as the forward motoring mode. Forward motoring mode. So in forward motoring mode, we are having both this torque, this speed in same directions, means the value of your torque and speed both are positive. So the energy which will be basically giving to your supply, that will be converted into mechanical energy. So that's why this operation is called as the motoring, because the product of positive, and this will be the positive will give you positive. So positive means it will be generate a basically mechanical power. So this is called as forward motoring in first quadrant. Okay, second quadrant, friends, the value of your torque is negative and the value of your speed is positive, means the speed is again in same direction. So this will be called it as a forward, because the speed is in forward direction. Okay, but the torque direction is reverse. So we can see from that particular quadrant that direction of your torque is reverse. So that's why the product that is positive negative will give you resultant negative. Resultant give you negative means this will be not generate a mechanical power, but in that particular the operation is reverse. So it is called as, but the direction is forward, it is called as forward braking. So what do you mean by the braking? Braking is the action in which generating action takes place means that the mechanical energy is converted into a electrical energy because the direction of your torque is reverse. Because what do you mean by the torque? Torque is the force to cause a motion. So that's why this quadrant of operation is called as a forward braking. So friends, in the next quadrant in which the value of your speed is negative, so now the direction of your speed, we can see this will be a reverse direction because previously it is in opposite direction, that is forward. Now it will be reverse. And the direction of your torque, now it will be again same. So the direction of your torque is reverse, that is negative. The direction of your speed, that is negative. So as we know that negative will give you resultant positive. So negative will positive, but in direction, that will be the reverse direction. So that's why it is called as positive resultant. So that's why it is called as a reverse motoring. And in fourth quadrant, friends, we are having the direction of your speed is reverse. At that time, the direction of your torque is positively. So the direction of your torque. So the resultant, that is positive negative, will give you the resultant, that is negative. So negative means what? It will not do a motoring, so it will do the braking. So that's why such quadrant of operation is called as reverse braking quadrant. So the quadrant number 4. So this is quadrant number first, forward motoring. This is quadrant number second, forward braking. This is quadrant number third, reverse motoring. And this will be the quadrant number 4, which is called as reverse braking mode. So in concern with the induction motor, now again we are getting the value of the mechanical power. Mechanical power, this is MP, or P is called as mechanical power. And mechanical power is called as the product of T is equal to torque and omega m is equal to angular velocity. Angular velocity. So these are the basic consideration of your multi-quadrant operation of your drive. So we are applying this multi-quadrant operation. So in first quadrant we are getting both the torque and speed are positive. So this is called, we called it as the forward motoring. So we called it as the forward motoring. It is forward motoring. When the speed is positive but motor torque is negative, then it is the direction is same. So it is called as forward braking. The third quadrant, so the speed and torque both are in same direction but both are negative, so it is reverse motoring. And the last, the speed is reverse but the torque is positive, so it is called as reverse braking. So in motoring operation, what will happen, that we are converting, that is electrical energy converted to mechanical. And in braking operation, what will happen, that the mechanical energy will be converted into a electrical energy. This is very important concept. Okay, I think everyone has got a clear understanding of this concept. Now we are applying this concept to your AC motor. So friends, as we know that there are different types of drives are there. Basically, first type of drive, which is called as the DC drive. In DC drive, we are detailedly study about the different types of DC motors, such called as series, shunt, and compound. And now we are moving towards the second type of motor, and which is called as AC motor. So friends, in the industry, near about 80% motors are used in a industry, and such motors are called as AC motors. So friends, in the AC motor, what are the different parameters and why it is called as AC motor? Because AC motor is defined can be electrical motor which will be driven by alternating current. Why it is called as AC motor? Because the supply which is given to your motor is called as the alternating current supply. So that's why this is called as the AC motor. So friends, we have discussed earlier there are different parts of your AC motor. So the AC motor has different two parts. Basically, first part is called as stator and second part is called as rotor. So what do you mean by the stator? What do you mean by rotor? I can tell you if we are drawing the construction of your AC motor. So this will be the stator is the outer periphery or the stationary part, and rotor is the inner periphery part, and which will be the rotating. So friends, this is called as the stator of your AC motor, and this is called as a rotor. So the name itself indicates its meaning. A rotor is a rotary part of your motor. Stator is a stationary part of your motor. Okay, so basically in stator we are giving the supply, that will be the three-phase distributed winding which will be given to the supply, and due to that particular three-phase winding, rotating magnetic field will produce, and this rotating magnetic field will produce its flux. That flux is linkage with the rotor circuit. So in rotor circuit, friends, we are using the different copper bars which are short circuited by the end rings, and in that particular, due to the presence of the flux, the EMF is induced in that particular circuit. So due to the EMF induction, due to the mutual induction, so that's why such type of motors are called as the induction motors. So this is called as the rotor of your induction machine, or we call it as the AC motor. So basically, what are the different advantages of the AC motor? So very first advantage, the weight of AC motor is light in weight as compared with the DC motor for the same rating. So basically, the AC motors are suitable for very high speed applications because it does not contain commutator and brushes. So the AC motors will require very less maintenance for its operation. So friends, with recent advancement in a power conversion, by the use of the different thyristors, different IGBTs, different power electronic converters, along with the control techniques and the microcomputers or the microcontrollers, the AC drives are used in a very big industries because it has a lot of advantages. Okay, so these are the some of the introduction of your AC motor. Now we can study what are the different parameters or the different types of your AC motor. So according to the fundamental thing, the AC motors are classified into basically two types. So the first type of your AC motor is called as induction motor. So in induction motor, there are two types of motors are there. So the first type of motor is called as the squirrel cage induction motor. So what do you mean by the squirrel cage induction motor? So depending upon the rotor construction, the induction motors are classified as the squirrel cage induction motor and wound rotor induction motor. So squirrel means the shape of these motors rotor in terms of the squirrel cage. So that's why this type of motor is called as a squirrel cage induction motor. And the second type of motor is called as slip ring induction motor. So in slip ring induction motor, we are using a slip rings in your rotor circuit. So that's why this is called as the slip ring induction motor. The another name of your slip ring induction motor is called as wound rotor field motor. Okay, so these are the different two types of induction motor. So along with that, friends, another type of your AC motor, and the type of AC motor is called as the synchronous motor. So why it is called as synchronous motor? Because the speed of such motor will be the constant. So that's why such type of motor is called as the synchronous motor. So friends, there are different types of synchronous motors are there. So the first type of your synchronous motor is called as a wound field synchronous motor. Then the second type of your synchronous motor is called as a permanent magnet synchronous motor. Third type of your synchronous motor is called as synchronous reluctance motor. And the last type of your synchronous motor is called as hysteresis motor. So friends, in this way, we are detailedly study or discuss about what are the different types of your AC motor. So friends, now we are start to discussing about the AC motors, that is the induction motor. Okay, so friends, for the understanding of the induction motor, first of all, we should know what are the different applications of your induction motor or what are the different applications of your AC motor. So friends, as we know that the AC motors means near about 80% industrial motors are only AC motors. In AC motor, we are preferring the induction motor. So such motors are used in a different application. So the first applications for your AC motor is the washing machine that we are using in our day-to-day life. Okay. Then the second application of your AC motor is the hair dryers. For the hair dryers, we are using the different types of AC motors. Similarly, for your mixers, that will be the mixers will be used for the residential use or the industrial purpose. We are using the AC motors for your mixer. Similarly, we are using the water pump. So as shown in figure, friends, this will be the diagram of your water pump which will be used in farm. So for the sake of that, we are preferring the AC motors, okay, in the farm. So this will be the application of your AC motor. Then similarly, we can using the different types of AC motor in the refrigeration technique, that will be used in the refrigerator. So this will be the application of your AC motor. So along with that, we are using the AC motors. Such AC motors are called as induction motors, are used in different types of fans. Such fans are the residential use or the industrial use. Then the next application of your AC motor, that will be used for the compressor of your system. Okay, so such compressor may be used in the different power generating stations for your power generation for the compressing the air. So this will be the another application that we can see. So the AC motors will be used as in the compressor circuit. Okay, so this will be the compressor circuit by which we can using the AC motor. So similarly, we are using the AC motors for your traction purpose, because as we know that in concern with the AC locomotive, that is called as a local trains, we are preferring the AC series motor because we are using the pantograph collector for the current collection. So in case of that, we are preferring the AC series motor. Okay, that will be the modernization of your slippery induction motor, which will be treated as an slippery induction motor, because the slippery induction motor will give you the high starting torque. So for sake of that, we are using the AC motor for your traction purpose. So friends, these are the different applications of your AC motor. So friends, now we can understand what is torque speed conventions of your induction motor type. So friends, for the drawing of your speed torque convention, this will be the torque of your motor and this will be your speed of your motor. Okay, so this will be the your TM. This will be your speed. So it will be the minus speed and this will be the plus speed. So this will be the quadrant number first. Okay, this will be the quadrant number second. This will be the quadrant number third. This will be the quadrant number fourth. So this fourth quadrant we are represented here for your detailed understanding. So friends, in concern with your torque speed relationship of your induction motor, so we have the basic concept in concern with the torque speed relationship. So this will be the speed. Now we can consider only terms speed, because sleep is another very important term in concern with your induction motor. So what should be the value of your sleep? We have derived that is sleep is equal to basically ns minus n upon ns. So what do you mean by the ns? It is the value of your synchronous speed. So ns is equal to 120f upon p. So it will be the synchronous speed. What do you mean by nn? It is called as a rotor speed. So if you want to get the value of the sleep, because sleep is very important term, and sleep is called as the synchronous speed minus rotor speed divided by the synchronous speed. And what do you mean by the synchronous speed? Synchronous speed is the speed of the rotating magnetic field. Okay, so this will be the representation of your sleep characteristics. But for your sake of understanding, we are only considering about the torque speed characteristics. So friends, in first quadrant, as we know that it is a forward motoring mode. In fourth quadrant, friends, we are considering it is reverse braking. So friends, we have the concept reverse braking is called as the generating, because as we know that in motoring concept, electrical energy is converted into mechanical energy, but in braking operation, this mechanical energy is again feedback to your electrical energy. So such technique is called as reverse braking, and this will be the torque speed curve of your induction motor for your forward braking. Basically, this will be the torque speed curve of the forward motoring operation, and after this point of the synchronous speed, we call it as ns is equal to 120 f upon p. The motor will be operated now in fourth quadrant. So fourth quadrant is what? Your reverse braking means now this motor will be works as a generator. So friends, this will be the operation which is called as the motoring operation. So in motoring operation, what will be the value of the sleep? It will be the in between 0 to 1. So it is greater than 0 but less than 1. So this is called as motoring region. And in fourth quadrant of operation, it is reverse braking. In braking operation, what we are taking, this mechanical energy is converted into a electrical energy. So that will be represented by this curve, and at that the value of your curve, the value of your sleep is equal to 0, and in concern with that, the value of your sleep is less than 0. So this motor will be acts as a generator. So this is called as a generating reason of your induction motor characteristics. So friends, from that particular speed torque characteristics of induction motor, we can see operation, that is multi-quadrant, means the operation of your induction motor will be operated in the forward motoring and the reverse braking operation. So this will be a very important concept in concern with your induction motor. So the induction motor will operate first of all in first quadrant, this is forward motoring, then it will be operated in reverse braking condition. So reverse braking condition, as we know that the direction of your speed is reverse. So this will be the multi-quadrant operation of your induction motor drive. So friends, we can see this same operation by the means of the graph, but for the sake of understanding, we can consider this will be the quadrant number first. Now we can consider this will be the quadrant number first, this will be the quadrant number fourth. Okay, so in first quadrant we see this is called as motoring operation, and this is called as braking operation. This is called as braking operation. So friends, while we are increasing the value in concern with your torque, the speed or the torque will taking at one constant value. This is called as Tmax, which are stable region, and this is called as minus Tmax. So we are having a very fundamental concept of rotor speed, that is basically we call it as a rotor speed, or we call it as ns, that is 120 upon p, where p is called as the number of poles, f is called as the frequency, and we getting the value of the power in terms of watts. So it is a product of torque into speed, and where t is in terms of newton meter, and n in terms of rpm. This will be the basic thing. Okay, so friends, we are getting the value of the sleep. So what should be the value of the sleep, that we should know, that the sleep is equal to ns minus n upon ns. If you want to get the value of the speed in terms of percentage, then we want to multiply this term with the help of 100. So we are getting the value of your sleep in terms of the percentage. So friends, we are getting very important concept in concern with the torque speed characteristics. So the torque is proportional to the sleep, because as we know that it will be the torque sleep characteristics. So if you want to draw the torque speed characteristics, this is the rotor value of your speed. It is called as the percentage of your synchronous speed, because we are getting the another concept of your rotor speed, that is the rotor speed is equal to the synchronous speed into 1 minus s. So it will be give you in terms of the percentage of the synchronous speed. So that's we are getting for the stable operation or the stable region, plus or minus 3% to 5% of your synchronous speed. So the torque is proportional to your slip. So this will be the representation of your multi-quadrant operation of your induction motor drive. So friends, in this way we have a detailed study about the various quadrants of operation of your induction motor. So after that, you can understand what are that the different advantages of your AC drive. So friends, as we know that the AC drives are used in a industry most of the time, because in day-to-day life we are using the alternating current supply. So the first advantage of the AC drive is the cost of your AC drive is very less as compared to DC drive, because in DC drive the construction is quietly complicated, because in DC drive we are using the commutator circuit, we are using the brushes, and due to that the cost of your DC drive will be larger. But in concern with the AC motor, we are using less equipment as compared with the DC motor, so the cost of your AC drive will be less. Okay. Then the second advantage, speed variation. The AC motor is called as the variable speed drive. Variable speed drive means we are using the different speed control technique. This is called as VFD. This is called as variable frequency drive technique. So this will be the one of the advantage of your AC drive. Then the next advantage, the power factor of such motor will be large while we are using for your application. So this will be the advantage. So due to the unavailability or the large availability of the supply, that will be there, we are using standard the alternating current supply. So the operation of this AC supply will be reliable operation. Then the next very important advantage, it is the robust and mechanically strong. Due to the AC motor, the construction is robust and mechanical strong. Due to that, we are using such AC drives in various underwater and underground installation and in a hazardous environment. Such environments are called as mining. Okay, so this will be the one of the advantage of your AC drive. So after that, due to these above advantages, the efficiency of such a machine will be large as compared to your DC machine, because the efficiency of your DC machine is near about the 50 to 60%, but the efficiency of your induction motor, that will be greater than your 80 to 90%. So such type of AC drives are very high and efficient. Okay, so these are the different advantages. So friends, similarly we have some of the disadvantages of your AC drive. So the first disadvantage of your AC drive is called as inability to operate at a low load. So friends, basically at low speed applications, this AC drive is not able to operate. Okay, so the inability to operate at low speeds means the AC drive will not be operated at the low speed applications. So that will be the one of the disadvantage. Then the second disadvantage in concern with the AC drive, that is the poor positioning control. So as compared with the other types of motor, because the servo motor drive will provide you the better positioning control, so that's why the AC motor drives are having a poor positioning control. So this will be the one of the disadvantage. Then the next disadvantage of your AC drive is basically we are using the AC supply for that particular the operation of your AC drive. So due to the presence of the AC supply, so it will produce the eddy currents. So this will be the one of the disadvantage. Then the next disadvantage of your AC drive, it is the high value of the inrush current, because such type of motors will basically operate on the AC supply, and due to the presence of the AC supply, the value of the inrush current may be high. So these are the various disadvantages of your AC drive. So thank you.